Hi, my name is Adnan. I'm Director SME E-commerce Growth at GlobalLinker. And in this video, I'm going to share with you the step-by-step process of enabling checkout for your products on GlobalLinker Marketplace. So without spending any more of your valuable time, let's begin. Let's get started. Before moving ahead, let's first understand what are the things that you should do before enabling checkout. Number one is that you should verify the product information. Now, how should you verify the product information? There are multiple methods which are there. Let me walk you through. The first and a very easy method is you can open the product on the browser like this on your online store, and you can review the information, right? The product title is okay, the pricing is okay, the description is okay, visuals are looking okay, and the long description or additional information, it is also looking okay. There is no issue with the content or formatting. So this way you can visually review the products. That is one method and a fairly easy one to do. Now, the second method is wherein you have a large number of products, and obviously it is not practically possible or sensible as well to review one product at a time. So, in that case, you can review them in bulk as well. How can you do that? So, for that, I'm going to take you to the seller panel. So, we'll switch the screen, go to the seller panel, and understand how you can do the review in bulk. So we are on the seller panel, and here you have to download this file. It is called download products. This is where you can see there's a link called download products. You have to click on that, which will download in Excel file onto your device. It will take few seconds and then it will get downloaded. So once it gets downloaded, open that file, and it will help you understand how the product information is appearing, and then you can do the review. So this is the file which gets downloaded. Now, obviously, it may not appear very uh, friendly to review. Obviously, there are a few columns which are rows which are quite tall. So for that, you can just do a wrap text and it will start appearing properly. So now you can easily review this file or review the information using this file. So this is where there are a number of columns, and let me help you understand which are the columns that you should consider for the review. The first one is the product title. This is this column, product title. So this is where you have the product names or the titles. So you have to review them and just to ensure that the names are correct. Then you have summary. You can ignore product code. This is where you have the long description or the short description. This is where you have the summary description or short description of the product. So you can review it here. Or if you want to understand the word count, you can just apply an Excel formula and you'll be able to understand how long is the description. And then you have the long description. This is the summary description or also called short description, and this is the long description. So these are the two columns which will help you understand how the descriptions are appearing and what is the word count. You can simply apply an Excel formula and you'll be able to understand the word count. And then you have category, meta information. Those are not relevant to the activity that we are doing, but here we have a column called HS code. So this is an important column. You should ensure that you have added HS codes to all the products. And then obviously country of origin is an important column, so you should also update this. And then you have visibility. So this is where visibility should be both, or it should be B2C. It should not be B2B. So it should not be this. In that case, your product will not be visible on GlobalLinker Marketplace, right? So I'll just do a quick recap and help you understand which are the columns that you have to review. The first one is the product title. The second one is the summary. The third one is description. Then you have HS codes, and then you have country of origin, and then you have visibility. So these are the columns that you have to review. And once you have done the review, you are sure that the products are okay. So that is the first check that you have to do. Once you have done the first check, then we'll move on to the second check, that is review and update inventory. How can you do that? So for that, I'm going to again take you back to the seller panel. We are back on the seller panel. Now, if you don't have a very large catalog, you can review the inventory manually, one product at a time as well. But I would advise a more efficient way is to review it in bulk. And for doing that, you have to download an Excel file. You can download it from here. This is where you can see there's a button which says download CSV. Just click on that and it will download an Excel file onto your device. Once the file is downloaded, open that file and you'll be able to review the stock, inventory, pricing, a number of things using this file. So let me quickly save this file and quickly open it. This is the file that we have downloaded. And here there are two things which you have to do. One is you have to review the pricing of the product, and for that you have to use these columns like selling price, and this is where you have the discounted price. So selling price is the MRP of the product, and discounted price is the price at which you would want to sell the product to the customer. So for example, you want to give let's say 300 rupees discount. So in that case, this will be 700. So 1000 minus 300, 700. So this is the price at which you would want to sell the product to the customer. It is not the discount value, it is the price at which, so it is price minus discount, whatever value that comes, that is the discounted price. Now obviously you must be curious, or you must be getting this question, how do we identify, right, which product or which row is for which product? For that you can use this column, which is product name. So it will help you understand which is this product, or if you are having unique SQ codes, so you can also identify using SQ codes, but product name is something that can help you understand. So this is the column, the selling price column is the price of the product, and then you have discounted price in case you're providing discounts. So in that case, it is relevant. Otherwise, it is not relevant. Then you have the inventory column. This is the quantity column. So this is another piece of information that you have to review and update. So this is the stock of the product. How many units of that product do you have in the stock? So you have to input the value here. And because this is an Excel file, so if you have inventory in some other Excel files, you can easily apply a VLOOKUP formula and you'll be able to update that. So that's why I recommended that it is better to update the inventory using this file. So once you have updated this file, you can save this file, and then we'll go back to the seller panel. I'll show you from where you have to upload this file. So once you have done the price and stock review, you have to save this file. We are back on the seller panel, and here you have to click on this button, which is bulk edit CSV, and you have to upload the file. And this way you will be able to ensure that the stock and the price of the product are also updated. Let's move on and let's try to understand what is the third activity that you have to do. So the third is set up or review shipping zones. And for help you understand how to set up or review shipping zones, we'll again go back to the seller panel. We are on the seller panel. Now in the left navigation, you have to click on store settings, and after that you have to click on shipping to access the shipping management interface. And this is the shipping management interface, and by default you will notice that it opens shipping zone. So this is the shipping zone section. Now here you'll see there are a number of shipping zones. I have created them, that's why you are seeing them in your online store or on your seller panel. If you have not created shipping zone, or if you are opening this section for the very first time, then obviously you will only have a single default zone which you can edit. But before we get into understanding of shipping zones and how to update them, what is the purpose of shipping zone? So shipping zone is used to charge delivery fee or set the rules for charging delivery fee from the customer. So for example, there's a customer who came to your online store and they're wanting to place an order. So to deliver the order to the customer, there is a shipping fee which the courier company will be charging. Now you can decide either to subsidize that and bear it yourself, or you can charge it from the customer. Now, in case you decide to charge the delivery fee from the customer, this is the facility, or this is the capability that you have to use. Now, how to set it up is fairly easy. You can click on create shipping zone, or you can even edit the default zone which is there, which will open this overlay. You can input the zone name here, estimated time, how much time you'll require to deliver the product. Now, before you get started setting it up, a very important or a crucial work that you have to do is that you have to sign up with a courier company, and then you should set up the shipping zone. Unless you are signing up with a courier company, you will not have the required information to set up the shipping zone. So first sign up with a courier company, they'll provide you with the information, and then using that information you should set up the shipping zone. So you can input the zone name, so they will give you the zones like zone A, zone B, zone C. So you can put the same name, or you can give it a different name as well. They'll also share with you what will be the estimated delivery time. You can input that here, and then you can set up the zone. So for example, they have given you a zone like metro to metro. So in that case, what you have to do is you have to firstly select the country like this from location, and then you have to select the state. So for example, Delhi. and you'll select, and then we'll add another straight like this. So you can keep doing, you can add multiple cities and multiple states. It is not necessary that for every zone that you're creating, you have to go all the way to the city. This is just an example that I'm showing to you. If you want to go all the way to the city level, you can certainly do that. But in most of the scenarios, you are not required to do that. You can even stick to the country level if you are just wanting to charge one single charge across the country, right? So it does not matter whether country, whether person is ordering from Delhi or whether person is ordering from Bangalore. You want to charge the same delivery fees. In that case, you can just stick to the country and not select any of the other fields, and you can specify the charges. But if you want to charge a different delivery fee from basis from where the person is ordering, so if the person is ordering from Bangalore, you want to charge X fee, and if the person is ordering from Mumbai, you want to charge Y fee. That is also possible. So in that case, you have to create multiple shipping zones. All right, so you can specify the locations based on your requirement, and then here you have to enable cash on delivery. So you can switch it on. You can also specify a rate, so it can be a fixed rate or a percentage of the order value. So let's say 2% of the order value with a maximum ceiling of 500. So it is also suggested that you should be adding a maximum ceiling. Otherwise, sometime in a high value order, the COD charges may become exorbitant, and which may be intimidating for the customer. So it is advised. However, it is your decision. You can decide on that. And then we have special handling. So if you have enabled special handling, it will appear here. Otherwise, it will not be appearing here. Now, you might be wondering what is the use case here. So special handling is used in case you are dealing in perishable items, for example. And obviously, the challenge with perishable item is that it can't be delivered to far off places. So if a customer or places an order from a far off place and you have received the order, in that case, you'll have to tell the customer that we can't deliver it here. Sorry, we'll not be able to deliver. And then you have to refund the money, which is not a very nice experience, neither for the customer nor for you. You have to give back what you have already earned, which is also not a very nice thing to do. Overall not a nice experience. So you can use this capability. You can specify your products. You can add this perishable tag to the product. And here you can specify that perishable can't be delivered to these locations. So if you're not selecting it, that's where you're telling that perishable can be delivered. But if you want to tell the system that perishables can't be delivered to these locations, because these are obviously far off, so in that case, you have to just select it here, right? Lastly, you have charges. So this is where you can specify the charges, like what is the per item rate, fixed rate, cart value. So depending on your requirement, you can set them up. The most common ones are the weight wise, because the courier companies also charge you on the basis of the weight. So they'll give you two rates, and you can very easily set them up. This may look a little intimidating, but this is very easy to set up. What you have to do, so for example, they have given you a rate that 0 to 500 grams, I'm going to charge you, let's say, 50 rupees. And for every 500 additional grams, we will charge you, let's say, 40 rupees. So simply you have to set it up like this. So 0 to 500 gram, the first slab they have given to you 50 rupees. For every additional 500 grams, they have given you 40 rupees. So like this, only two slabs. You don't have to create multiple slabs. Nothing of that sort is required. Now, how the system will work. So for the first 500 grams, it will charge 50. For every additional 500 grams, it will keep adding this value, right? So it will keep adding 40, 40, 40, depending on how many 500 grams are there, right? So that is a very convenient setup, but there is a prerequisite to that, and that is you have to add the weight of the product. Only then the system will work. Otherwise, the system will not know how heavy is your product. And if the system does not know how heavy or what is the weight of the product, it will not be able to charge the customer, right? So first add the weights and then select or set up the shipping zone. Now you must be wondering how to add the weights. The most efficient way to adding the weights is again in bulk, and I will quickly show you that. So we are going to open the seller panel once again in another tab, and I'll quickly help you understand from where you can update the weights and do that quickly. So we are going to go to the catalog and the products section, product management interface. And here you have to download this file, download CSV, which will download an Excel file. I'll have already downloaded this file, so I'll quickly show you. This is the file which is basically used to update the selling price or the inventory of the product, inventory and selling price or the pricing of the product. And on this file, if you scroll towards the right, that's where you'll see there are columns for product length, width, height, product unit. So your measurement unit and then the weight and then the measurement unit. So you have to just input the values here and then save the file and go back to the seller panel, click on bulk edit CSV, upload the file, and you'll be able to add the weights of the product. That is the easiest and the quickest way to add the weights. Once you have added the weights, then you can create the shipping zone like this. Now, a popular question which remains is that do we need one shipping zone or you have to create multiple zones? So that depends on your decision, and that decision is whether you would want to charge differentiated or different delivery fee depending on from where the customer is ordering or where do you have to deliver, or you want to charge one single flat delivery fee. In case you want to charge one single flat delivery fee, so in that case you don't need multiple zones, and just create one zone and that should suffice. But if you want to charge a delivery fee based on from where the person is ordering, in that case you'll have to create multiple zones. So like here you can see I've created a local, rest of India, Mumbai, Delhi, etc. So if someone is ordering or someone wants the orders to be delivered to Mumbai, so in that case, the rules which I have defined here will apply. If someone wants the delivery to be done to Delhi, in that case, the rules which I have defined here will apply. So it varies on your decision. What is your decision? Whether it has to be one flat fee or it has to vary depending on the delivery location. So this is the third and a very important step that you have to do before enabling checkout on GlobalLinker Marketplace. So let's go back to the presentation and let's understand what is the next action item for you. The next action item is set up and review returns. How do you do that? For that, again, we'll go back to the seller panel. We're back on the seller panel. Now to review returns, in the left navigation, you have to click on store settings and then you have to click on returns and cancellation, which you can see here. You have to click on that, which will take you to the return and cancellation management interface. This is where we have the return and cancellation management interface. Now here by default, it will be switched off. So it is your decision if you want to give option of return wherein your customers can return the product after a particular period. So if you want to give that option, in that case, you have to switch it on. Otherwise, you can keep it switched off. And then you have auto cancel. So auto cancel is a feature which allows the system to automatically cancel an order if you haven't dispatched it. So if the customer places an order and before you have dispatched the order, they request for cancellation, system will automatically cancel the order. The logic or the use case behind this particular capability is also important. So if the customer has decided that they want to cancel the order and then you ship it accidentally, that will obviously incur a loss for you because the product will go to the customer and return back and you'll end up paying double delivery fee. So that's where system will automatically cancel if the item is not yet dispatched. Underneath that, you'll see there is a return window. So for how much duration or for how long you would want customers to be able to request for return. So you can specify the period here. It can be 5 days, 10 days, 30 days, depending on your business requirement. And down below, this is where you have return reasons. So we have added a few of the popular reasons for your convenience, but you have option, you can add your own reasons. And similarly, if you are cancellation, you have the reasons here. And again, you have the option. If you want to add your own reasons, you can do that. Lastly, you have return policy here. This is something which a lot of people miss out. So please do review your return policy. But it should not be a scenario wherein you're doing certain setup here, but your return policy is saying something entirely different. So please do review your return policy as well. So you can click on this button, which will take you to the return policy and you can review it and you can make the required update. This is the return policy. You can make the required updates to it so that it is in sync with whatever setup you are doing here. All right. So this is how you'll be able to review and set up returns on your online store. So this is where you have completed the prerequisites or the action items which are there before you actually start enabling checkout on GlobalLinker Marketplace. Now let's move on and let's try to understand how to enable checkout on your products on GlobalLinker Marketplace. And the first thing that you have to do is to open the seller panel of your online store. Now, once you have opened the seller panel, in the left navigation, you have to click on GlobalLinker Marketplace, which will open the GlobalLinker Marketplace management interface. Now here, you will see there is this settings icon on the top. You have to click on that and it will open an overlay. Now here, the first option that you'll see is return and cancellation. So this is where you have to specify whether you would want to give the return and cancellation option to the customers who will be placing an order on GlobalLinker Marketplace. If you want, in that case, you can switch it on and you can also specify the return period. The return period which you are seeing here is the return period which we have specified on the online store. You can make a change to it and then you can click on save. The next step is to enable shipping policy. You can switch it on. In case shipping policy is not enabled, you can enable it from here, or you can go to the pages section. So in the left navigation, you'll have to click on my store and then you'll have to click on pages, and this is where you'll see shipping policy. You can click on edit and you can review the policy, and if any changes are required, you can make the changes and then click on save. So that is the second action item on the overlay. The third action item is the bank detail. This is where you have to input the bank details and then click on save. So once you have added all this information, that's where you can proceed ahead and you can start listing your product. And this is, by the way, a demonstration store. So obviously we don't have actual products, but I'll show you the process. So now you have to click on this button, list on GlobalLinker, once you have done the category mapping, and here it will show inquiry only. So that is the default view. But if you want to enable inquiry and checkout, that is where you have to select this option and then click on save. Now, if there are any shortcomings, so for example, if I have not added a HS code, or if I have not verified my GST, or if I have not added my bank details, or there is any other shortcoming, that will be specified here. Because this is a demonstration store, obviously I haven't added bank details or done a GST verification, but in your case, you will do all that. So you'll not face any of the errors. If there are any errors, you can fix them and then select this option, tick here and then click on save. And this is how you will be able to enable checkout on GlobalLinker Marketplace. Now you can do this in bulk as well. So if you have added categories, so you can select multiple products like this, and then you can click on list on GlobalLinker Marketplace. Same only will open up and you will be able to list the products. In fact, let me see if I can show you like this, and the same overlay will open up and you'll be able to list that. So this is how you'll be able to enable checkout on your products on GlobalLinker Marketplace. I hope you found the tutorial video informative. If you need any further assistance or clarification, please do feel free to reach out to us. I'll add the help desk contact details in the description of this video. Thank you.